We've got Anthony Edwards, who's from Atlanta, Georgia.
Josh Okogie.
There's no doubt.
Taurean Prince started his career with the Atlanta Hawks.
Right.
There are a lot of ties between these two teams.
Minnesota stumbled the last two against Washington and Brooklyn. Could have won both games.
Towns trying to work his way in on John Collins. Capella the block, but the block is too late, and it's going to be a goaltend. And right on cue, he comes up with a stop. Edwards for Towns. Cat the three. Can't get it to hit. And it's a 17-8 lead.
That's about as basic of, baseline of a bounce play that you can run.
Towns was trying to get a whistle. Young had it deflected right into the hands of Towns. Balmaro, the finish in transition. The ball ends up in the hands of Collins. And the Timberwolves finally do come out of there with the basketball.
And they got an advantage right now.
And Herter reaches in. And the numbers are up the last 6 games. He's had 5 double-doubles in the last 6 games, nearly 30 points a game, and 10 assists. And Towns.
It's just a great place for Karl to catch the basketball at the elbows. It's so much more difficult to double him from there. So Collins can't get that to go.
And Atlanta has hit 7 of 9 threes. Towns thought he had a foul. I was on my way to get coffee, but he stopped and came over, and it was great. You know what I told him? I said, I gave him the diehard line, Jim, as I was walking away. I said, shoot the glass. Nobody does it anymore.
Towns taking Gorgie to the rack. Gorgie and sends it back to him.
Towns got G-9'd, unfortunately.
Great ball movement by Atlanta. They are trying to make up for last night. Last night was an embarrassing loss for them, even though the Hawks are short-handed as well. I mean, there's no way they should have lost that game to Charlotte last night.
Towns hits the three.
Towns thought he got fouled too, and he's got it cooking.
Hawks are 9 of 15 as a team. McLaughlin, he gets 3 back for Minnesota.
And D'Angelo Russell being the starter.
It's found money for the Wolves. That's only the 4th 3 of the season from McLaughlin. Towns with another rebound. Cat unable to hit the first.
The Phoenix game here back on November 15th, too. They easily could have won that game. Minnesota lost by 3, but it was closer than that even.
Tend to think more about the ones that got away than the ones that you were able to save. Herter have a rattle out. Towns is going to have to hurry. Young from deep. He'll shoot it from anywhere.
Towns got stymied there.
Balmaro back to Towns. Extra pass for Reed. And Nas connects from outside.
People that can work inside and outside. Both three-point threats.
Huwawu Cabarro, no. Capella got fouled from behind by Towns.
Balmaro is easy as well. I mean, you could just stick with that.
Towns, no. Capella with the board.
I mean, they run so many drag screens for Trae Young in transition. They run drag and double drag, so a single screen or a double screen.
Gallo for Capella.
And they start breaking down your base coverage, so then you get into rotation, you get, low man help, and then all of a sudden they start moving the basketball, and they're knocking down shots. Taurean Prince spoon feeds Towns here, but when the roller goes, if the backside isn't there or if Towns isn't playing too, it's all over. He gets a tough shot there and should have gotten a foul call.
For more info. After that torrid start, Towns on the attack, and Cat falls again. Can't mess around with those groin strains, though. You gotta let it heal.
See Karl-Anthony Towns in the high wall there. It is not able to get back before Trae Young can feed Clint Capella. It's a heck of a pass right there by Trae Young. A lot more difficult than you think to
Cam Reddish out. He was the guy that the Hawks got with that extra pick when they traded Luka to Dallas for Trae Young. Towns working the offensive glass. How did he get that to go? When they traded Luka to Dallas for Trae Young. Towns working the offensive glass. How did he get that to go? But he falls on the court.
The baseline.
And if my memory is not quite clear on it, I'm sure I'll see it on Twitter at halftime because people are loading it up for us right now.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Trae Young from way deep. Towns with another rebound. He's got a double-double in the first half. Towns with another rebound. He's got a double-double in the first half. Takes it up the court. Past Collins, no, but the putback is good by Jared Vanderbilt.
Carl's afraid to press up because he obviously Trae Young can drive right past him. Nice, put the brakes on that time.
It was a good cut, and it was a fantastic putting the brakes on, like you said. Shot clock down to 5. Cat puts it on the deck, gets by Capella, and the reverse lay-in.
I mean, we need to page McKinley Wright. Can we get McKinley Wright here tonight? And they need some help. He has done, but not in like live games without D'Lo on the court.
Towns, no. McDaniel's working the glass, has it sent away by Capella.
You know, there's so many great analysts in this league. I think a lot of guys tell it like it is, and I think that's one of the great things about being a national broadcaster is you can really tell it like it is then.
Reed, no. Towns, offensive putback.
I think that's one of the great things about being a national broadcaster is you can really tell it like it is then.
Reed, no. Towns, offensive putback.
Barry Wohler, right? Barry Wohler back in your day. That was your class.
Yeah, and your teammate, John Anderson.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jim Pete had the flowing locks back.
Oh, I had a lot. I had good lettuce back then. We both did back then, though, Craig.
Yeah, full head of hair.
So, you know.
But he was an assistant that recruited me. So I had a different head coach the first couple of years.
Trae Young, no. Towns with the rebound. Aside from the one little stretch to start this third quarter, it has been all Atlanta.
Craig, of all the things that you've done, besides SportsCenter and all the late night television you've done, what's been
aside from the one little stretch to start this third quarter, it has been all Atlanta.
Craig, of all the things that you've done, besides SportsCenter and all the late night television you've done, what's been
aside from the one little stretch to start this third quarter, it has been all Atlanta.
Craig, of all the things that you've done, besides SportsCenter and all the late night television you've done, what's been great contest by Towns.
They also have Clint Capella locked up for the next several years.
They can't let John Collins go. They just couldn't do it. They're just too valuable.
Towns, no.
You know, obviously Utah kind of started it last year. It had some effectiveness, but Towns still able to operate.
Towns finds Beasley on Malik's hit. A couple of threes now. You do have to be perfect. Luau Cabarro. And they're going to call loose ball foul here. Towns was holding Capella. Trae.
Got to control the ball.
Can't get it to go. Towns the outlet from McLaughlin. Edwards goes to work on Luau Cabarro. No. Vanderbilt comes up with the rebound. Hands it to Towns. And Towns couldn't get it to go.
That's what a shot blocker does for you. And that's why Rudy Gobert is so successful.
Collins blocked by Towns. Beasley. Vanderbilt is up ahead. Beasley takes it himself for the stop. Trae Young, 26 now for him. Towns, 3 more for Cat. It's a 10-point game. Okay. 4 off the all-time NBA record. Capella secures a rebound. And a quick foul here. Arnie and Rebecca will have the full reaction to tonight's game. We'll also hear from Coach Chris Finch and his press conference. And then after the game, as there's a miss, and his press conference. And then after the game, As there's a miss, Beasley up ahead, and the Timberwolves with 43.7. It's still too big of a hill to climb. The clock is not running right now. Both clocks stopped momentarily. They restarted them. I mean, that doesn't. With 43.7, it's still too big of a hill to climb. After you're done watching Wolves Live post-game edition, check out the Bally Sports North Facebook page, and they'll have the